Hello everyone, welcome to the webinar of automating your Dynamics 365 CRM complex business processes with the assistance of our solutions, the lead assignment and distribution automation. Today I will be talking about one of the leading productivity app, the lead assignment and distribution automation. It helps you to fairly and intelligently distribute the leads among the available resources and thereby removing any chances of cherry picking. Let me very briefly describe the nature of this webinar. Line of all the participants are muted. I recommend the use of chat window in case you have any question, and I will try to answer most of the questions, if not all, in the Q&A session at the end of the webinar. My name is Ninad and I am the Business Development Manager at iNogic. Speaking of iNogic, we are a leading service provider and ISV for past more than a decade. We have exclusive Dynamics 365 products. We are very much active in the Dynamics 365 community and our blogs are extremely popular and appreciated by the community. We truly believe in the philosophy of one-click solution, which is building productivity apps that reduces multiple steps which otherwise a CRM user has to take. As you can see on the slide, we have various applications on the offering. I would like to take a moment and very briefly describe some of them. Maplytics is certified for Microsoft Dynamics 365 and helps businesses around the world to plot, plan, visualize and analyze the Dynamics CRM data on the map, and it offers seamless mapping services. Key features include managing territories, route optimization, smart appointment planner and many more. One of my favorite application from the bouquet is the SharePoint Security Sync. It is a comprehensive solution for integrating Dynamics 365 with SharePoint. It also synchronizes the security privileges from Dynamics 365 to SharePoint and ensures secure, reliable access to all of your confidential documents. Apart from developing these awesome applications, we are also SI. We do assist partners and customers with offshore development services. So in case you have any requirements for customization or in case you have a world-changing idea, I would request you to get in touch with us at crm@inogic.com. So let's see the agenda for today's session. We'll start with scope of the CRM automation, followed by sales process automation within the Dynamics 365 CRM, the challenges in sales process automation, and finally a live demonstration. Well, I was thinking about the scope of the automation and here's what I found. A survey has provided an insight by saying that automation in the sales boosts productivity within the department by 14.5% while bringing down the marketing cost by almost 12.2%. Automation truly has the potential to provide double benefits. So the next step is to identify whether we can automate the sales process, and if yes, the bigger question, how? Well, the answer to the question is our solution, the lead assignment and distribution automation. A simple way to manage all the inbound leads within the Dynamics 365 CRM. However, before we discuss the lead assignment and distribution automation in details, here are some of the common challenges that most organizations usually face. The first and the foremost is the cherry picking of the leads or the records. The sales representative or the service representative, or for that matter any CRM user, can cherry pick the record based on their convenience. Further, in native CRM, there is no provision to distribute the leads in an organized manner. even the distribution of the leads cannot take place fairly, which means the record cannot be assigned to the team members based on their available individual capacity. We also don't have any provision to keep the track of the leads which are assigned to the team members. Now let's see how the lead assignment and distribution automation can overcome these challenges. Here are some of the key features that the lead assignment and distribution automation has to offer. The first one is the event distribution, in which the records are assigned to the resources in a sequential and a circular pattern using the round robin algorithm. Now don't worry about the algorithm. I'll be explaining the algorithms that the lead assignment and distribution automation supports very shortly. Next is the fair distribution, in which the records are assigned to the resources based on the available capacity of the resource. Then we also have criteria selection. In criteria selection, you can create rules based on a certain criteria. Any record that satisfies the criteria will be taken into consideration for the automatic allocation. If the record does not satisfy any criteria, it won't be considered for automatic allocation. Queues. The entire process of the lead assignment and distribution automation is based on queues, and we will be deep diving this very soon. The next is the dashboards. All the data that is accumulated by the lead assignment and distribution automation is in a report friendly manner. This means that you can create your own Power BI dashboard, or you can also create CRM charts and dashboards to visualize the data. We also have work items assignment. This is basically to assign the work or let's say the work items based on daily, weekly or a monthly basis per your business use case. One of the latest feature that we have added is the support to set the user availability for assigning the leads or any other entities. Now, setting up the user availability has been an instant hit with the lead assignment. The reason being, we can take into consideration if any representative, whether it's a sales or a service representative, is available for that day to take up the task. Now, let's see the algorithms that are currently supported by the lead assignment and distribution automation. Excuse me. On the left hand side, you can see the round robin algorithm, and on the right hand side, you can see the capacity algorithm. Now, for the round robin algorithm, you can see that a criteria has been applied. If the lead that is being created is not for an existing customer, only in that case it would go to the pre-sales queue, which is nothing but the round robin algorithm. However, if the lead that is being created is for an existing customer, then rather than the pre-sales queue, it will go to the post-sales queue that is based on the capacity algorithm. So what exactly is this round robin algorithm? Let us say, for an example, a lead is being created where the customer is not an existing, or let's say the prospect is not the existing customer. So the selection criteria of the pre-sales is now satisfied. Hence, the prospect will fall in the pre-sales queue. This means that the record can be assigned to either Sam, John or Mary. So the first lead that is being created will be assigned to Sam. The second lead will be assigned to John. The third will be assigned to Mary. The fourth will be assigned again back to Sam, and this process goes on. Quite simple, isn't it? Now let's see the capacity algorithm. Here you will see a very small, a very subtle difference. That difference is of the capacity. This means that for any lead that is falling in the post-sales queue, the available capacity of the resource will be taken into consideration. Let us assume to serve a particular lead that falls in the post-sales queue, a resource needs at least 25 units of the capacity. So if a new lead is being created for an existing customer, as per the selection criteria, it will fall in the post-sales queue. Now, in the current situation, we see that we have three resources: Missy, Jacob, and Lena. We also observe that Missy does not have any available capacity, right? She has exhausted all her units. The next one is Jacob. Currently, Jacob has an available capacity of 50. Now, if the lead is assigned to him, 25 units from his available capacity will be reduced and he would be then left with only 25 units. The next lead would be assigned to Lena. Currently, she has an available capacity of 100. So once the lead is assigned to Lena, 25 units from her available capacity will be reduced and Lena would then be left only with 75 units capacity. Once the resources, whether it's Missy, Jacob, Lena, close any of the records assigned to them, that 25 units would be then added back to their available capacities and they are again available in the game for the new resource or the new records to be allocated to them. With that being said, let's jump into a live demo. Let me just switch to my CRM. Consider an example. Let's say there is an organization who receives their leads from a website or for that matter any resource, and the lead comes to the CRM and they want these leads to be assigned to the right person based on whether it's a hot, warm lead or a cold lead. Now for the demonstration purpose, I have pre-populated the lead. I have just entered the topic which is interested in GameFix 365, one of the classic solutions offered by iNogic, by the way. I have just entered the first name and the mandatory last name. Now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to add a criteria. A couple of criteria that I have applied is that the lead should be of web and the rating, I'm just making it as hot. Now let's go ahead and let's hit on save. Now for the demonstration purpose, I have pre-populated the lead and I have created a few set of assignment rule that will help me assign this lead automatically to the right person. As you can currently see, since I'm logged in as a Sam, the current and I have created this lead, the lead has been now assigned to me. However, since I have already set the criteria and I have saved the record, in a matter of seconds, this record would be assigned to the right person. But before I demonstrate that, let me just very quickly show you a quick sneak peek about how this is working. So I've already created a queue of hot leads from website and we can see that there are two members associated with this queue, Mark and Mike. So once I go back to the lead and I refresh the newly created lead, I'm expecting that the lead which is currently owned by me would be owned either by Mark or Mike. So let's go back to the lead and let's try to hit on refresh. And here it is. This particular lead that was previously owned by Sam is now owned by Mike. You can imagine the number of hours or the time that it can save for the person who would be manually looking at the rating of the lead, the source of the lead, and then assigning it to the correct person. Now let me very quickly explain to you what it takes in order for the lead assignment and distribution automation to work properly. Once the solution is installed, configured, the licenses are active, you will see a few entities just like this. As I had mentioned that the lead assignment and distribution automation comes with beautiful dashboards that helps me understand what are the current. So I have configured it for the lead and this is where all the leads have been assigned till date. Moving to the next one, The most important one probably is to begin with the assignment configuration. Basically, you would need to enable the entities which would be leveraging the lead assignment and distribution automation. Remember, in the beginning, I had mentioned that this application not only supports the lead entity, but any of your out of box as well as custom entity. So in my case, I have created the configuration for the case and for the lead entity. Let me open the lead entity and explain you to what rules I have created. Initially, I have created 3 different rules. One is to handle the hot leads which are generated from the website using the round robin algorithm. The second is the cold leads which are generated from the website using the capacity algorithm. I also have another rule which says all leads. So the idea behind this demonstration was, if a hot lead is coming from a website, assign it to a certain set of users. If the cold leads are generated from the website, assign it to a separate set of users. And if a lead is being generated which is not satisfying any of this criteria, then the third assignment rule will take care of it. So let me just open the hot leads, since we have very recently seen the hot leads from the website in action. Let me just open the hot leads from the website. So here you may observe the hot leads from the website. Here is where we are defining the basic information like the name, the assignment configuration, and the optional description. Then comes the execution criteria. Now, first in the execution criteria or the criteria mode, here we support a couple of criteria modes. One is the simple and the other is the advanced. Now, in the simple criteria mode, you would be presented with most of your system views related to the lead record or the lead entity, and you can select any one of them. Or just like me, you can select the advanced one and then provide your own fetch XML that takes care of your business use case. Now, just to give you a heads up, here is the fetch XML which is taking care of the source from where the lead is generated and what is the rating of that particular lead. Then comes the execution order. This is extremely useful in case you plan to create multiple rules on the same entity. In such case, each rule will be executed in a sequential manner based on the execution order, and the rule under which the criteria is satisfied first, that would be taken into consideration and the remaining would be completely ignored. The next is the consider availability. Now, as I had mentioned, it's one of the latest features that we have added, and I assure that I'll touch base the availability in some time. Let me move on to the next one. Let me just scroll down and comes the queue. So here, here you may have observed that I have already set the queue to be the hot leads from the website. And what's present in the hot leads from the website queue? Well, I think I had just mentioned that a few moments back, where this is the queue of hot leads from the website, and I have mentioned the members to whom I wish to assign the lead in case the lead is being generated from the website with hot rating. Let me scroll down to the assignment properties. This is where I will define the algorithm. So as you may observe, for the hot leads which are generated from the website, I am using the round robin algorithm. Next come the maximum work items allowed to be assigned. Now this number basically defines the maximum number of records that can be assigned to the queue member as per this assignment rule. So here what I am trying to say is that in this case, these users Mark and Smith at any given moment of time will have a maximum of 10 work items allowed. This means the 10 cases can be assigned to each of the user. But that gives rise to a next question. 10 items, whether they are allowed daily or whether they are allowed on a weekly basis or allowed on a monthly basis, or do you want to assign 10 items overall? Well, this question is now answered by the period. So if your business case allows that 10 leads can be assigned on a daily basis, we can set the period to daily and so on. Okay, so let me very quickly switch back to my presentation. And let me provide you with more clarity. Now in this example, we can see Sam, John and Mary. These are the three resources. If Sam has already been occupied or has already been assigned with 10 lead records in his name, then he will not be considered for any new lead record that is being created. Rather, the new lead that is being created would be assigned to either John or Mary. Now, this would go on till the time even they don't hit a maximum cap of 10 records. Now, why only 10 records? Because that's what we have mentioned in the maximum work items allowed to be assigned. So as soon as Sam, John or Mary moves their lead record from the open new status to any other status like a qualify or a disqualify, they will again be eligible for the new leads that are being created. In case all the three resources are occupied with 10 records, then the new lead that is being created would definitely sit in the pre-sales queue. Next comes the open work item statuses. This helps you to select the statuses on which the job is considered as a open. This field is relative to the entity that is being configured. Now, as we can see here, we are configuring the lead entity, and hence the open work item status shows as open contacted or open new. Had this been any other entity, maybe like an appointment or a call, then the corresponding fields will be available in this field. Now, this is all about the round robin algorithm. Now, let's see what it is required to configure the capacity algorithm. So let me just switch back to my assignment configurations, and we have a assignment rule, cold leads from the website using the capacity algorithm. So let me just open this for you. Now, as we can see, majority of the information remains the same, right? The only difference you may observe is over here, which says unit effort required for work item. Now, let us assume that each resource requires a certain unit to complete a task. For example, in our case, let us assume that to process the assigned lead, a resource requires 5 units. In simple words, to completely process 2 leads or 2 assigned records, a resource will require 10 units. For completely processing 3 records, he will require 15 units and so on. Now the question arises, where do we define the base capacity on each resource, or what is the base capacity of each resource? Let me show you that as well. So as we can see, we have a queue associated with it, which is the cold leads from the website. So let me open that let me open that queue, and here are the couple of users. Let me open John. Now, as we can see here, John already has the base capacity of 50 and he has the available capacity of 50. So logically, according to me, John doesn't have any of the leads that are assigned to him. Let me switch back to over here and let me show you an interesting fun fact. So let me go back to the user workload under the cold leads from website assignment rule. And as I had mentioned that John does not have any of the records assigned to him, which can be easily seen in the workload. Workload says that there is only one record which has been assigned to Jane. Time for a fun fact. By default, the system assigns the leads to the users alphabetically. This means that the first lead that is being created in the system will be assigned to the user in the alphabetical order. However, you can also control this behavior. Notice the column sequence here. You may use this column to achieve this. For example, if I want to assign the first lead to Jane, then I would just change it from 0 to 1 and so on. The maximum work item allowed, let me just go back to general. The maximum work items allowed, the period and the open work item statuses remains the same, just like the round robin algorithm. However, I also want to touch base an interesting feature, which is consider availability. Now, for considering the availability, we have tried to overcome a real world scenario. Let's say we have all the rules in place, we have the queues in place, we have the users added in the queues, everything is working perfectly. However, one of the user says that, hey, I am not able to work today. So the system would still automatically assign the lead to that user who is not working. And we might lose the heads up, the head start that any sales representative need. So to overcome that, we have also added a feature called as consider availability. So what exactly is the consider availability? To show that, let me show you the first one, which is the status types. So as we can see, for the demonstration purpose, I have created a couple of status type, which is available and unavailable. So when I select the status type as available, this means that the person will be available for assigning the leads. However, let's say if one of the user goes on a quick vacation or he's not available for a day because of some emergency, then we can just go in our vacations and we can create a new record for the vacation. So let's say there's some medical emergency. For the user, let's say Mike. And I would then change the status to unavailable. And I can then set the start date, and let's say he's not available today and tomorrow. And all I need to do is just hit on save. So what happens is, once we hit on save, the user, Mike in this case, let me just continue. Mike, whose availability status was available, would be then changed to unavailable. And let me go back to my assignment rule, and here is where we check the availability. So if we have set the consider availability as yes, then before the lead is even assigned to that particular resource, we will first check what is the status of that user. If the status is available, only in that case the lead would be assigned to that user. So that's what it actually takes to configure the lead assignment and distribution automation, let's say at a 10,000 feet level. Let me switch back to my presentation. The lead assignment and distribution automation is supported from CRM version 9.x or 9.0 and above, and it is supported for on-premise as well as online deployments. Impressed with the lead assignment and distribution automation and want to get your hands on? Well, it's really simple. All you have to do is go to Microsoft Appsource, or you can also visit our website www.inogic.com, and you can download it. You can download a 15 days fully functional trial and get hands on the application. I would also recommend, in case if you download the solution and if you need any assistance in configuring the solution as per your business use cases, just drop an email at crm@inogic.com and we'll be happy to take it further. Let's look at some of the FAQs which I have encountered over a period of demonstrating the lead assignment and distribution automation. So the first one is, does the lead assignment and distribution automation work across devices? Definitely yes. It works across all the devices, whether it's web, whether it's phone, tablet, everywhere. What Microsoft Dynamics products do you support? Well, like I had mentioned some time back, it is available for Microsoft Dynamics 9.0 and above, and it's also available on Dataverse, and the deployment model is either on premises or online. Is there a way to track how many leads are being assigned? Definitely yes. It can be easily tracked as to how many leads have been assigned. The next one is what will happen to the existing leads in the CRM which are yet to be assigned. Well, in that case, we also have a run assignment feature wherein 20 leads at a time could be selected, and they would be run for them to be assigned to some of the other users. Can the managers assess the individual performance of their team members? Definitely yes. That's where the dashboard can come into the picture, and we can easily assess the individual performance of all the team members. How to get started? How to get started? Visit Microsoft Appsource, search for lead assignment and distribution automation, or you can also visit our website www.inogic.com, and you can download a fully functional 15 days trial. Now, I'm sure you might have some questions as well, so I request you to kindly use the chat window and ask your questions. I assure you that I'll get back to you with an appropriate response via our official email address crm@inogic.com. So requesting you to kindly use the chat window so that you can ask your questions, and we'll definitely get back to you from our official email address crm@inogic.com. Having said that, I would like to thank each and everyone for attending this webinar. It was my real pleasure to present the lead assignment and distribution automation to you, and we hope you liked it and enjoyed it as well. See you soon. Thank you. Take care and have a great day ahead. Bye-bye.